Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Let's talk about null versus blank. What is null and what is blank value in a table in SQL, right? Okay, let's see my data from employee table. Let's run it. And as you can see, I have last name, there's a blank value and there's a null value as well. So in SQL, null means there is no value. Actually, there's no value. So for employee ID 8, there's no last name. That's pretty much null represents in SQL. Same with employee ID 9, there is null for the last name, means there's no last name provided, or same with Johnny, no last name provided. Rob, no last name provided. That's why their last name has been appearing as null. And again, blank is, as the name says, it is a blank, which means again this was left blank. Maybe it is a bad data, right? So Dan last name we don't know, because whoever entered the data into the table forgot to put in their last name. Same with Peter, it's left blank because they might have forgotten or missed to provide the information. And again, so null is no value, and blank is again sounds similar to no value, because obviously there's no value to it, right? So how do you filter if your boss says, okay, can you give me the records of those employee and their ID and their name? If their name has blank or nulls on them. So how do you do that, right? So it's pretty much filtering the data. That's pretty much it. So you want to select everything from employee where, I can do lowercase here, where, what do you want to filter? So let me do, how about just instead of everything, I just want employee ID and their first name, and same and their last name, right? So I just want these values from employee. You can bring this in a second line, or you can also do this, like that for readable, better readable, right? So select, I want to select employee ID, first name, their last name from the table, employee table, where do you want to filter? This is where the condition, where condition comes in handy, right? So you want to filter where, so which field you want to filter? I want to filter the last name column, correct? Because that's where I can see nulls or blanks, right? So I want to filter where the last name equals, let's filter first, blank is done just as 2 single quotes, that represents blank. Okay, blank or blanks, whatever. It's okay. So 2 single quotes is blank. This 2 single quote is blank. So we want to filter where last name is blank, or we want to put or condition, or last name, oops, I happen to have a last value there. Let's do this last name again, where last name equals to blank, or last name is, this is supposed to be is null. That's what null is written as, is null. So we're saying give me all the ID, first name and last name from the employee table where last name is, this stands for blank, or last name is null. So when both of these condition is satisfied, give me all those values. Okay, let's run this and see what we get. All right, so we have employee ID, first name and last name. So it's returning everything that satisfied this filter condition. When we say or, this is going to look for either or. Okay, both. It doesn't have to satisfy both. It has to satisfy either this or this. If both are satisfied, then again it's going to return. Okay, so last name, here's a blank, and here's a null, here's a null, and here's a blank, and that's what the null is filtered, that's how null is filtered, and that's how blank is filtered. And there you go, this is the difference. Now you know what is the difference between null and blank, and this is how you filter. Hopefully this helps. Thanks again for watching my video, and please like and subscribe to this channel for more tips and tricks on SQL based topics, and that will also help me motivate for more videos. Thanks again. Have a great day.